This is a Hill People Gear Snubby Belt Pack. It's really just the Hill People Gear's version of Fanny Pack. It's well made. It's very good hardware. It's the same exact pack that you would find for the Snubby, I guess the chest pack. They're kind of what they're known for. But it's in a fanny pack format. So it has these nice thick straps. All the hardware is good. It's made well, made here in the US. They're not cheap. They come in at about $120. This one, I bought it mostly for when I'm walking my dog or just walking around the city and I just need to be able to easily access like dog treats, my phone, wallet, and of course like a weapon or something like that. So I mostly carry my Glock 43 in here when I do use this. Unfortunately, it's not all good news. I think this pack is kind of fatally flawed in that this format is really well like suited for a chest pack type scenario, but not that great for something like a fanny pack. And I would recommend anybody looking at this to maybe reconsider or look into getting a chest pack version of this instead. I bought this instead of the chest pack just because I wanted something a little bit less high profile. It doesn't stick out as much as a chest pack. People see a chest pack and it's kind of odd. It's something different that you don't typically see, and it draws attention. Unlike a fanny pack, you can wear this around and nobody's going to think twice about it. The reason I don't think this works well is because the rigidity of it. So let me take out my Glock. And the Glock adds more rigidity to it because you can't fold a weapon. Unlike your chest doesn't really flex. So like you go in and out like this, but you're not really bending your chest inwards or outwards. There's not a whole lot of flexibility in this area. So this format works well here where it's not really moving much. It's not flexing, twisting, anything like that. Unlike your hips. So I'll throw this on and kind of show you. I'll put this here so I can kind of demonstrate a little bit better. But as you can see right here on the front, it sits right near your crotch. And the problem is with this, when you put your legs up, it kind of presses into your thigh right here, your inner thigh, and that pushes up into your gut, which is not a huge deal, but when you're walking upstairs or maybe up in slight incline, it's really uncomfortable. And because the pack isn't that flexible, it also twists up and presses into your stomach. So it's not exactly that comfortable. And I'm not a heavy guy or a big guy or anything. I'm relatively flat in the front. I don't have a gut, but if I did have like a bigger kind of a little bit of a belly, a bigger belly than I have now, this would probably be pretty uncomfortable because you'd be pressing outwards against this and pressing it more into your legs. Same goes for if you wear it on your side. If your leg is going up at all, you can't really raise your leg up more than this without kind of pressing it into your abdomen here, or your leg. And that's kind of the issue with this pack, is it's just too, I don't want to say it's too big. They even offer a bigger version of this, which I think would be even more cumbersome. But it just isn't ideal, because if you wear it on your side too, it has to flex around your hip. If you have something in there that's not flexible, like a weapon, it's gonna be sticking out and it's gonna look really odd, and it makes it hard to kind of swing it around. The only place this has been really comfortable for me is on the back, and I do use these sometimes like while I'm bike riding, so this is kind of a perfect scenario for that, just because it fits well back here, and that's actually, I would recommend it for that if you're thinking about using this for bike riding. But the main reason you're buying a Hill People Gear bag is because you want to use it with the weapon, and the way it's designed so you can kind of quickly pull it open and grab at something. That whole purpose is kind of defeated when you're wearing it on your back, unless you're going to be training getting to it quickly on your back, which I don't think most people will be doing. So for most people, depending on your use, I don't think this is a great pack unless you're going to be using it in a situation where you're mostly stationary, where you're just standing around or maybe walking very little. Maybe you're a security guard and you do mostly just standing and you're not walking a lot or walking up hills or doing anything kind of strenuous, then this might work. But otherwise, if you're planning on using this for walks, going upstairs or anything like that, this is not the ideal format for a bag like this. And honestly, just go with the chest pack. Or if you don't need to carry a weapon, then you're probably better off with this, a cheapo fanny pack. So this is the fanny pack I use most of the time. I can't carry any type of weapons or anything heavy in here. The organization is not as nice as the Hill People Gear one. So the organization in here is great. It has multiple pockets. It has the whole PALS system thing. I think that's what it's called. and there's a bunch of pouches and zippers and attachment points, and this thing is like really built out and well designed, but this format doesn't work well on your hip as a fanny pack. So unlike this one, where the straps are narrow, the material is light, it's really flexible so that I can crush this pack. It's not a big deal. Of course the things inside the pack have to be able to crush, but this is pretty loose. Things can move around in here and twist and work out just fine. And this is kind of what you need when you're wearing it on your waist or your hips. And this is what I end up using. So I mean, it's not the nicest thing. It's not the most high quality, well-made, American-made product, but it works. So this is what I use most of the time. I'm probably gonna try to find something a little bit less noticeable at some point, but since winter's coming around, I don't really need these kind of small lightweight things, and I'll probably just switch back to using my Hill People Gear chest bag. And I might buy this actually, so I'm gonna probably look into selling this or trading it, see if someone wants to trade it, and buy this same kind of size Snubby kit bag in the chest format, because I do like the size and everything, and especially during the winter you can carry it and you can throw it under a jacket. It's not as noticeable, or a sweater or something, especially when people are wearing bigger, bulkier clothes during that time of year when it gets colder. So this is going away, unfortunately. I really like Hill People Gear. I have like 5 bags now from them, and this is kind of the first, I don't want to say loser, it's not poorly made or anything, but it just doesn't work for me, and I don't think there's very many people that this would work out well for. They do advertise that you can kind of use it as like this, and it's not very comfortable. I've had a variety of kind of sling bags, and this is not great. Definitely wouldn't buy it to use as a sling bag. Speaking of sling bags, I did recently switch over to a new sling bag for use on my motorcycle and bicycle and just around town. So this is a Kavu, I don't know the exact name of it, but it's one with like the rope straps. You kind of see these at REI, and they're fairly popular. So I'll be doing a video on this pretty soon as I get a little bit more use with it. I've had it for a few weeks now. It's going well, but I want to give it a little bit more time and give some more feedback on it before I make that video. So make sure to subscribe for that if you're interested in this. I did try out the Patagonia Atom sling, so it's like the competitor for this, and I have some feedback for that too. So I'll share my thoughts on those in another video. Until then, skip this bag, just buy the kit bag version of this if this is kind of what you're looking for. Hope everybody's doing well, and I'll see you out there.